Hello, coffee people. My name is Irina Sharipova. I'm a coffee educator and consultant. I'm the host of the podcast Coffee Business in the Middle East, where we discuss about everything related to the coffee business in the Middle East region. I speak with the coffee leaders of the industry here, such as coffee shop owners, coffee trading companies, coffee owners, and coffee professionals. In the third episode, I speak with Khalid Al Mulla, National Coordinator of Specialty Coffee Association of United Arab Emirates. Here we discuss about coffee community of United Arab Emirates, how to bring international high-end coffee competition to a new growing market, and how to establish coffee museum. Okay, hello Khalid. Welcome to the podcast
Thank
Coffee
you.
Business in the Middle East.
Thank
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. So shall we start with a little bit of your background, please? And I want to know how you got into the coffee business.
Background. So I have so many titles in coffee, but mainly, of course, I had a cafe and I had a roastery, like the CEO of the Easterman Co., which I sold it to Ali now. And I am the CEO of the first Dubai Coffee Museum as well. And as well, I am the national coordinator of Specialty Coffee Association. So my career path in coffee started in 2008, and that was the beginning. When we started, prior to 2008, we opened the first cafe, Retro Cafe in Murdif area, like a residential in Dubai. Beautiful, nice, cozy, authentic cafe with the shop roaster from Neuhaus. New tech, we had the 1 kg batch capacity, and coffee with pastries, with some Italian food. It was really nice and cozy, and feel like you go to any European city, you go in neighborhood, you find a nice cozy cafe in the neighborhood. So similar concept of that, and then we started to deal with a couple of businesses, like giant supermarkets. We sell coffee, and we used to, outsource the roasting, and which was really difficult. We source the beans from one place, and we roast it in all outsource, and we sell it to, like giant clients, like Union Co-ops and Carrefour and so on. And then I recommended that we have to do a central location, like a roastery, and having so many different origins, and then we can diverse, our business and to cover the market from consumer all the way to enterprise customers. So consumer was supermarket, and then we started to deal with the airlines. We used to supply like Emirates Airlines, hotels, hospitalities, and cafe. A part of that, of course, a side business. I started the first coffee museum in the historic part of Dubai, which is the history in Dubai started over there. And the house itself, it's 120 years old. Even the family we know who used to live over there, and which has a lot of history, which made even my museum so famous, back then. Then during that period, since 2014, I was part of the organized committee in Dubai World Trade Center and Ethnic, Abu Dhabi. So major major events like Gulf Food, Gulf Coast Specialty Food Festival, Sial Abu Dhabi used to be, now it's called Adif. The coffee section is our responsibility. Prior of, establishing our first chapter in the MENA region. So in January 1st, 2017, we established the first chapter, and even prior to these, we came very close with the International Association when it used to be the European Association, the Specialty Coffee Association for Europe and US and other, NGOs as well around the world, which made an interest to come here in Dubai, which always it's a hub for many industries, including coffee.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So that's the reason we, ever since we established, thank God, we have a lot of achievement. What we did.
Yeah, you did tremendous job.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
And I'm curious about, first of all, you as a national coordinator, so you established this SCA chapter, right? Could you tell us what is it about? Because not everyone really knows about this chapter. Okay, Specialty Coffee Association, slightly we know it's about coffee, it's about high grade of coffee, but what each chapter does in each country and eventually what is the goal?
Good questions. We have similar. It's like the mother is the SCA, the global one. After they merged, of course, it took them like 3 years to merge for the education program because the curriculum from the US and Europe was different. And not only we are the only chapters around the world. You have in Europe and many chapters as well. Even in Korea, you have in different parts of the world, even Latin America and Asia as well. Each chapter, of course, has a national coordinator. So a board, everyone has its own responsibility. So the national coordinator, he's overlooking, the whole board and so on. And you have event coordinator, you have membership, and you have a communication coordinator. That's the main. And we have as well, we established, which was necessary in this part of the world, the government coordinator. So you can have a handful of fingers or maybe 7 active board members, and then you can bring as much as you want volunteers to support the industry. This is what exactly we do. Each chapter responsible, of course, we do national championships. We have like barista, latte art, brews, cup tasters, ebrik, and roasting, and membership plus. We overlook if there is required a certified training center need to be certified and so on. So we play like a role between the SCA for if it's a premium training center or so on. So we coordinate, interlink between them as well. We do many activities, community activities, for coffee as well in the local. So let's say. We are interconnected between the same goal and the goal which SCA want to reach. We follow the same goal which they want to reach exactly, and we connect them with the community and with the local government and authorities. So we interconnected in a mediator between them. That's our exact role. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm curious. Do you know how many SCA chapters in the world, or how many countries? It's just off the question. Yeah.
But see, I'll be honest with you. I mean, sometimes some chapters, and this has happened in many parts of the world, there's sometimes a huge conflict of interest happening. So, or let's say the board members, they don't get along in countries. So in some countries I heard, I'm not going to mention where, the board has been dissolved with only one person handling, okay, yes. In some countries. And other countries, no, they are super active as well. Some countries, they want to have more than one chapters as well.
So it means that...
it depends on the, each country, community and commitment. Okay, yeah. Don't forget, this is a volunteer job.
Yes, exactly. It's what I wanted to say. Yes. It's absolutely a volunteering job, right? And also, you have to be neutral, right? In SCA.
100%, yeah. I mean, in the first...
You work in different fields.
So in the first meeting, some question rises, somebody asked me, what do you think of this? I tell them, this is your business, and this is the association, and there has to be clear red line between your business and this one. Yeah. The moment you cross this red line, you lose your chair. So that's why the coffee industry is very important, and I always tell to a lot of people, it has to be in hand in community or government. It cannot be in hand of individuals. SCA knows much better because they are overlooking globally, okay, all the chapters, and they know what kind of experience they faced, and because it's all coming back to them, as well. But what I heard soon, even from SCA, they will deal with the event organized companies, and the chapters will be only as a supporting. So event organized companies will be neutral. They are not in coffee business. Yeah, so it will be even better. So we only have to give them the know-how.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I hope there will be more and more SCA chapters, because I think when we are calibrated with the world,
Yeah.
the industry grows faster, right? And eventually we have high
100%,
quality.
100%. I mean, I've been reaching out from so many different markets, which they don't have chapter or competition body yet, and they ask me, Khalid, how we can build this? How can we start, to engage with the community? What is it? So I guide them through. It's a process.
Yeah.
It's a process, and from key stakeholders from the coffee industry. But if we go back to history, how the SCA, either Specialty Coffee Association of Europe or US, how it started as a group of coffee professionals sharing their, experience, their goals, to reach one goal. Yeah.
Yeah, so it must be highly motivated people.
Yeah, exactly.
And neutral.
Neutral, yeah.
Yes, that's advice. Nice. How do you stay updated with the latest trend in the coffee industry as a national coordinator? So do you have to be in every event? What do you personally do?
We get latest emails from SCA directly. We have access to their database, and we attend their main events, which is World of Coffee. In US, of course, they call it Coffee Expo, and Europe, World of Coffee. And whenever being invited, or we have a different meeting, if there is a project, specific project we want to deal with. Let's say the mega projects like DMCC Coffee Center, or let's say the People of Determination. That's a second project. Many other projects as well for World of Coffee of Dubai. Yes, and we have a constant contact. The good news now, they appointed in World of Coffee Athens. They appointed a new person. He's from Greece, and he's overlooking the Middle East market. So we have a real-time point of contact person. Who is always available for us now. So before, we used to communicate with them, it get delayed, and for getting decisions and many.
Yeah.
So, but he's hand-on, and I'm super happy that, the board of SCA plus the management, they structure it well. So they handle tackling all the, necessary issues which is they are facing day to day. So we've been updated all the time with them, and any information, that's viral. So in coffee, I tell everyone, even in business, if you want to go wrong in your business, in one trade show, your reputation will ruin, okay?
True.
Or if you are doing good in the coffee industry, in one trade show, your reputation will go up. So I can consider we are like one big family. And we meet each other like couple of times a year, okay? And we're, that's it's not like any other industry, by the way. Not even in the tea industry, because I attended like the tea forum and so on. No way, there's no comparison between us and them. Yeah.
So would you say that we are more friendly and communicative? Or
yeah, but we still fight with each other as well.
Yeah, competition. It should be competition, but
yes,
healthy one.
Healthy one.
Yes,
as a friend of mine say, even brothers, they fight with each other and get along.
True.
Yeah.
How would you describe SCA chapter in Dubai? What is the current goals right now for the upcoming events?
Of course, every year we have to see the perfect venue to where to do our national championships. The challenging now, we don't want to repeat the same thing every year what we are doing. Okay, so I send like a recommendation to bring world champions as well to Dubai. I'm not sure if it's going to be approved. I think it might be too late for this year, for this season. But so, like I said at the beginning, that we work very closely with the event, organized companies, which is Specialty Food Festival, Adif, Abu Dhabi, and we have World of Coffee Dubai. And we met with the board, and we agree on which champion take place in which event. And considering the market as well, even for the baristas, considering, are they prepared? So some championships, like a barista or Brewers Cup, needs time to prepare.
It shouldn't be 2 weeks in advance. It should be more time, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. But we try our level best to, elevate the standard and bring, the right rep to be there and to avoid, it's challenging, the championship, you know.
Yes.
It's very hectic and you need the timely manner. You need the baristas to be there and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have the perfect volunteers in the market. Everyone are supporting. Even if you see with the throwdowns, which the last 2 weeks happened in the country, everyone is involved. And yeah, but end of the day or end of the year, we do our achievement. And the good thing is that you know, about our chapter, we got a lot of recognitions from, and this is not I'm saying because it's coming from me, from like sometimes from Garfield, because he's with the board, he hears what feedback from the, you know, global coffee companies and you know, professionals, that the most successful chapter in the world is UAE.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
Congrats.
it's not the first time I hear it. For the last 2-3 years, yes, I'm hearing the same thing. Is what we are doing. I cannot feel it, seriously.
Yeah.
I feel I'm not up to the expectation, but they can overlook and compare with other chapters around the world. So we are in a good, you know, situation.
Yeah,
Very
in a good
situation.
path.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great. So we can see that it's fast, but how to say, like thorough development.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
so if SCA chapter was established 2017, right? So it's already 5 years.
Yeah. So
6. Yes, 6.
Yeah.
Because 2023. How would you compare right now, like market now and 6 years ago? Is it like fastly grew up or still like gently and thoroughly?
you know, I always mention this in the first board meeting when we had everybody was sitting on the table. I told them I want to reach like Melbourne. Okay. So this is my goal.
But what is the difference between Melbourne market and here?
Back then.
You said it like
Back then, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, when the first board meeting
Okay.
and right after when we established.
Yes.
So Melbourne, it was saturated with the specialty coffee scene. You know, so there is no room even for Starbucks inside the city. It's outside. You know that.
Yeah.
So the consumer behavior are so smart, and they reach market maturity, and they can, you know everything about single origin, micro lots, traceability, and you know, flavor and cupping notes and cupping score. So and that's part because of the Melbourne people. They were transparent in the business. Okay, so
That's a good point.
transparent in business, and other part also because they used to invite the public for the private company cupping. Whenever they get samples from you know, from origin and to taste it, so they invite, and they used to talk about it. Now we used to do the same thing here, by the way, in Dubai many years back, and that's the way which community, you know, start to learn more about coffee at that time. And so coming back to here, yes, we were. My goal was to reach that, but recently, what I heard from people from Australia and so on, I say UAE, specifically Dubai, have exceeded even Melbourne in specialty coffee scene. It's explosion, okay?
Explosion.
Yeah, and it's really good, but I always emphasize, make sure that whoever want to start a business, make it sustainable business. Don't do it because of the trend. Okay.
Yeah, that's great words.
Yes. I mean, let's be realistic. How much are you going to make from coffee? Cup of coffee. Can you run a rent? Can you run the operation cost? Can you that? And so on. Okay. We all know. I mean, the rent is so high and so on. Blue Bottle, once it started, okay, they did 5-star in a ghetto area. So his operation cost was, you know, low. Okay. But he depends on volume.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Saudi market is different than the UAE. UAE market is not big, but Saudi, the purchase power is so strong over there. Why? Because it goes in volume. they have population over there. Any business you open in Saudi, it works really perfectly well. But the most important part that every business, they have to diverse. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. Okay, only depend on the coffee. Okay, you can do pastries, you can do sell equipments, you can sell books about coffee, you can and see the unique concepts which established in UAE now. One of them is with a bicycle, one of them with the antique cars, one of them is with a barber shop, one of them is with the fashion, with the watches. Everyone is opening unique concept, which reminds me even when I went to Korea. Okay, in every block there were 3 to 4 specialty coffees, and each one of them 1% is different than each other as well. Wow. So diverse your business, make sure it's sustainable, make sure it's you cover your overhead with the operation costs and the rent and so on, and here make sure you invest in the staff, let them be trained. You're not going to spend like 4,000 or 5,000, okay, to have basic education, SCA education models like barista brewing or introduction to coffee or sensory. And here you'll have, when you have a highly trained and experienced barista, he can convey all his knowledge and experience to the consumer segment. Absolutely, because eventually we work for people. Absolutely. For consumers, not for ourselves. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely right words about transparency. I also want to know, how do you collaborate with the coffee community here? Like, okay, we have events, we have championships. Which channel also do you use to promote? Because I think SCA, it's all about promotion of high quality coffee, right? Like about the industry itself. Yeah. I mean, we use our social media platform, okay, to promote many businesses. Anybody can reach out to me whenever they need help or struggling in business or they need some kind of solutions to improve their business based on my experience. I do that all the time, by the way. Oh, that's good. So it means that if everyone is like doing business, any business, like with coffee, he can reach out like SCA chapter, maybe to coordinate with some company, not like the full consultancy, of course. Absolutely, but see, this is not my scope of work, but I do some extra miles to the community also for their business, because don't forget, they came without knowledge. You have something that they don't have. Yeah. These the investor, let's say. Okay, we need to guide them through. Yeah. Okay, so for us it's very easy. We connect the dots for them. Once he know the know-how, finish. We can go the right direction. And I got many offers, by the way, of investors. They want to start a coffee business. When I saw it's not feasible, I say no, I'm not going to do it, because I know it's not going to be sustainable. Yeah. For instance, I'll give you an example. Al Seef project, which is in next to my museum, we're on Dubai Creek. Okay. Al Seef project. Most of the businesses has been affected over there. Okay, part of it may be because it was outdoor, but they want to invest huge amount of money over there, like a double story, same like this cafe. Yeah. And the investment is supposed to be huge. And I backed up. I say, from coffee, how much are you going to make money? Okay, you're not going to sustain your business. Many others also. One company opened in Souq Al Bahar, next to Dubai Mall. It was big marketing in Gulf Food. And I was surprised, this brand name. Why big shout? There's many hostess and so on. Big shout and many people going on. And I say, after the event, I have to visit it. I went. Less than 6 months, he shut down. Yeah. Yeah. I cannot imagine how many requests you have daily. So it's like on daily basis you have like requests? Not daily basis. I say, let's say 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I get concepts. I get orders of coffee. I get all the time. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So speaking of World of Coffee, so we have, it was the second World of Coffee, right? And it will be the third, if I'm not mistaken, in Dubai. Yes. So how it is different from the
let's say, local expos? Like, what is it? What it means for the not only UAE market? I think for the Gulf countries, it's meaningful, right? What is this about? Like World of Coffee, Dubai, and how it happened here? Were you involved in this process?
Yeah, of course. So, as I mentioned, since 2014, I've been working closely with the local and international coffee community, with the decision makers. So, which made Dubai or highlighted Dubai in the world coffee map. And there's a huge interest from the industry towards Dubai, as they see it as a hub for many businesses. It's easy to get in, easy to make business, and so on. And UAE is not a big market. We are surrounded by big markets. Okay, we're surrounded from Saudi Arabia, Iran, from Egypt. You have Pakistan and India as well. All goes by population. Okay, most of the deals happen here in Dubai.
Yeah.
Yes, but for catering the surrounding markets, Africa also next to it. So ideally, to have such an event, which I pitched for it for so many years. It took me 7 years to work with them for two things: for World Championships and for World of Coffee, because it goes either or with them. So I had a strategy for it behind it. So it wasn't just. So every event I go to Europe and I speak to the decision makers. Come on, let's bring it. Be patient. They have their own structural issue, for the globalization until the Americans with the Europeans to merge. And then the communication was a bit easier for me to convey that it need to be hosted in Dubai, which we announced about it. And the first edition, it took place in Expo, and the second edition we did in the Dubai World Trade Center in Zabil Hall. Obviously, World of Coffee considered a magnet for the industry. So you get education program, you get seminars, you get representative of coffee around the globe. You get the whole supply chain, manufacture, machinery, and from origins, from coffee boards, from the globe as well, attending this. So basically the whole industry under one roof.
Wow.
And it's a perfect platform to conduct for either to start up a business or even a small cafe for which they can take in the brew bar or roasters village for a small roastery, micro roastery, or big customers who have a huge clientele and huge product line under their umbrella and they want to present their company. Or any innovative product like Best New Products and Coffee Design Award. So I always emphasize, if you start any business, the trade show is the most important recognition for your business. Social media yet play its portion, let's say market segment, okay, maybe within the reach of the region, but trade show no, because you get people from all over the world flying in, and you can promote your product based on your creative idea as well. Yeah. So and you can see the latest trends, the latest information about the coffee supply, any challenging we're facing, whether in origins, from a farmer's perspective, from manufacturing, what's the needs of the market, from whatever our customer, we have to hear our feedback and we convey it to our manufacturer machines or roasters. And it's really perfect. Every event we attend, we have to see a new product over there. Recently, they launched a stronghold roaster as well.
Yeah.
Really innovative products, many others in Best New Products as well. Yeah. So it's
this is the best of the best.
Yes, absolutely. And in US they call it the Coffee Expo. In Europe they call it the World of Coffee. And first time leaving United States, Europe, which added to the Middle East as well. And the agreement is 5 years for Dubai.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but still we have a plan also to move it around.
In Gulf countries. Or?
Yes, but under the supervision of DXP Life Trade Center.
Yeah, I see.
So they can move it around and work, side by side, whoever wants to host it, whether in Abu Dhabi or Riyadh or wherever. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
How would you compare the first one and the last one, World of Coffee Dubai? Like it's twice bigger, and the next one will be even more bigger. What is the tendency?
The first edition in Expo, it was really challenging. It was the peak time of the Omicron, the coronavirus time. 2 weeks before the event, everyone thought they're gonna shut down the show. They say they close it. It happened before when we went to launch the Dubai Coffee Festival, and it was a week later the lockdown happened, and then we had to cancel everything. World of Coffee was that time 1 week before the event. Airports were shutting down around the globe, and the government agreed to move forward with it. It was a huge challenge with everything. I mean, part of it, yes, it was in Expo. It was big exposure because you have all the countries' pavilions over there. 176 countries was there, and plus you have the industry flying in with all the protocols of coronavirus and so on. It was a huge challenge. Yes, huge challenge. Even unexpected His Highness visit. Of course, it was one of the highest recognition we ever got in World of Coffee. So it was really impressed, and he was impressed. I mean, and everybody from the industry as well, and number of exhibitors. For me, hosting an event such as World of Coffee, okay, the event is important, it has a recognition, but as much as it's important for companies did business deals. The biggest deal happened by I think the Brazilians pavilion. They had I think $26 million deal with supplying United Nations. The Apex Brazil supported them, I guess. And many companies which I asked, minimum they made 2-3 deals, minimum I'm talking about. Not to mention a lot of companies, they did major deals over there, and which you can tell even a number of exhibitors 100% increase from first edition to second edition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah, and this year will be 40% increase also, 50% increase, because we did Zabil Hall number 5 and 6. So this year we include 4 and 5 and 6.
Oh, wow.
So 3 halls.
Oh, can't wait to visit. So date already announced, right? It will be in January.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and January 20th. So people will have time to go there Christmas holiday and New Year and let them relax. Okay. By the time they will have 2 to 3 weeks until World of Coffee Dubai, they can fly in here. Best weather in the
absolutely
in the winter.
Everyone welcome.
Yes, everyone is welcome, and you can spend I can tell them from 1,500 dirhams for best new products to brew bar, even 2,000 to 3,000 dirhams, or to Roasters Village, 9,000 dirhams, I guess. And if you want to take exhibition and stand, also more than welcome as well. Yeah.
Great. So it's already fully booked, or there's some space?
No, we had good leads because the team in DXP Live, they went to Coffee Expo Plus. We went to Athens. We got many big clients, packaging clients for green coffee packaging. We got from Origins as well, coffee board. So I can say above 50% so far. Yeah. But summertime, it's holiday season, so everybody in the holiday mood. So, so the business cycle starts in September. So September, October will determine how we reach the critical mass.
Yeah, great. Okay, we will definitely visit this one, and we will promote this event. It's absolutely. I think it's like the
it's like a spark for the UAE, definitely, and everyone should visit this one. And luckily, there is like 3 days expo, and if you're busy, you can choose any of it, right, and visit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to speak with you about diversity and inclusivity within the coffee industry. So, what are your thoughts about it, and how to promote these values?
Well, we have a multinational. If you consider UAE, we are more than 200 nationalities. But I will mention the challenges. What happens with a business? Normally, most of the challenges happen if any event, hosted in a country, they face like a visa issues. Okay, or facing even for judges, even for some who wants to do projects and so on. Last week, actually, it happened one project. Somebody's supposed to fly in, and it has to be very quick. And for this specific project in Jazan, and he couldn't fly in because of the visa issue. So we see sometimes we face some, because of the diplomatic ties between the countries. And considering these factors, that's why mostly the SCA considering hosting, even world champions for a country where you can access it easily without facing these obstacles like the visa issues and so on. Other than that, we don't find any challenges with different ethnic groups or and so on. UAE proven, Gulf food has been last 45 years now. Okay, and we never face anything for people coming from around the globe. We have hosted, the World Expo as well. In coffee industry, it's similar. Anybody can start up his own business here. You have a perfect platform in many free zones in the whole countries. But if you want to specifically for coffee, of course, the MCC Coffee Center is it's iconic. I consider it as a platform for the industry, for startup business, for people, even for many big traders. They want to store their coffee as well over there. And we are business as usual, flexible, safe country. You want to, to invest. You already experience in such a country. You know how easy the business is and the people. And it's a perfect place to start up a business, and you don't have to spend a lot of money for it as well.
And also there is no headaches. In some countries, you're struggling because of the bureaucracy, because of the time. Time flies, and you spend time not on your business, but on some papers and some different things. But here in the UAE, I'm amazed how easy you can do that if your business is honest, and if you're sustainable, as you mentioned before.
Am I right? Absolutely. Previously, before, it was mandatory that the local has 51% and then the expat has 49%. Okay, but now this is all you can do in many free zones and operate any business you want here. It's very easy to conduct a business. And you can bring your family members as well under it depends on the license as well. So sometimes for me it's sad because if there is employees but somebody who have a coffee knowledge and have a dispute with his sponsor, so he cancel his visa, he have to fly back. Okay, but always say if you have something second hand here in UAE. Like his own business, so he can stay, because these people they added so much value in the coffee industry here. They've been years. They've been part of the growth of this industry as well. But suddenly you see them just leave the country. It's very sad,
Yeah, but there is a grace period. You can stay and find the other
opportunities.
Yes,
absolutely. If someone who have future planning to stay here and so on, yes. But some people no, they just have to go. They give up.
Oh no, I think you shouldn't give up because in the UAE there are lots of opportunities.
Exactly.
Again, if you're an expert, if you're doing good business. Good. Nice. I wanna ask you about Coffee Museum. So this is your project, right?
Yes.
How it started? Because I've been there. There are lots of antique things, roasting machines, books in every language.
Yeah.
Everything is yours.
Yes.
How it started, because I maybe there are some coffee museums in the world, definitely, but the one which you have in Dubai, in the country where the coffee, it's not like something delicatessen, let's say. It's like a part of culture. How it started? Like which age you decided, okay, I will collect, because I think lots of people like to collect some things, but how it happened with coffee and eventually ended up in a museum?
Okay. You never took the tour with me in the museum, no?
No, but I've been there, just visit
But
there.
no, the informative tour, which I get an hour and a half into. Okay.
We will visit.
Okay, well, it's put it in bucket list. Okay, so
Yes.
but because in the whole tour you will know. But in short, in 2012, let's say before that, when I established the company Easterman, so. I used to collect only for the antique items, only for decoration purpose. Okay, so for my offices like the roastery, or for trade show. In 2012, so I had the exact, the Arabian set, which I use it in trade show. The Dalla, and so on, all the set. I used to put it in my stand, plus some different antique items, which I have it in. Despite if you have a beautiful stand in a trade show, but when you put a piece of antique, always a question rises from the media and the visitor side.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's a piece of history, and they want to learn more about this, all these tools and so on. And the second day, which I participated in 2012, they put it in front page local newspaper, and so I used to collect only for a decoration purpose for a year and a half. It was till I went to Hamburg to attend a coffee event over there, Koteka, coffee, tea, and cacao. And when I attended the Koteka, and you visit any city around the world, you list down the places where you want to go. So one of the places was the coffee museum in Hamburg. The moment I put my foot inside, I snapped. I went completely from 0 to 100. So I say, no way, I'm going to do something like that in Dubai. Because I was a collector at that time, and I had pieces. But here I saw the whole spectrum, of all the antique items. And ever since I went to the museum, I used to collect whoever comes, like a trade show, they bring a gift for me, or who are passing through Dubai, transit, and they bring a gift for me. I say, okay, bring this. So, but the big chunk of all the antique items, I was lucky. The second coffee museum was, he was 80 years old. He decided to sell all his items. Part of it, 25% of his items, I bought it.
Okay.
In terms of equipment, books, and many other stuff as well. And then, big portion, Chung Wing from Vietnam. He have a huge, massive museum over there in Vietnam, in the highlands, in the suburbs. And then the rest of the company, he sold it to Berg Museum, which is in Haber now. It's also, he did a beautiful stay, very nice look and feel place as well. So I bought the items, and then locally, I went to government of Dubai, Dubai Culture Authority. They offered me 4 houses in that area to take the place. It was through a local lady, Dr. Hassan Lota, and she spoke to Dubai Culture, and then she supported me as well, and I managed to get the place here. And one of the 4 places was the house which I chose, which was the biggest one, even though that I wanted something even bigger, because you've seen it. I utilize every corner in the museum. There is no space.
True.
And whenever till date, whenever I travel, I have to bring some antique items with me.
And still, people
still
going to you, and you're traveling, and you're still collecting, right?
Exactly.
It's like lifelong process, right?
Yes, but I mean, even Athens, I brought beautiful antique items. I brought with them When I went to Moscow, it was last year. Moscow, yes, I think last year, yeah. Also, I brought some antique items.
Books in Russian.
Books from Russia, yes, exactly. And yeah, every time I know exactly where to go, where to buy, and so on.
Wow.
Yeah. And
fantastic.
And some countries, when I have people from globally in the coffee. Whenever they see me that I go antique, I tell, where did you find this? They are locals. They didn't, like in Kuwait, they were surprised. They were super surprised. Yeah.
And do you do inventory? How many items you have? Or
now it's above 550 pieces.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going back from 16th century, 17th century. And
what is the oldest one?
16th century. It's the roaster from Ottoman Empire. Yeah. It's, I think, from 1620 something. Yeah.
Wow. So this is completely your passion as a collector,
yes.
And as a part of the coffee industry to collect this stuff. And it means that you guys, if you go to museum, I'm speaking with my listeners, if you go, it doesn't mean that you should not come again. If you come in a year, you will see something new, right?
100%. Yes, I always keep changing, keep improving. The idea of the museum, of course, is, when the visitor comes and take the route, you see the whole spectrum from early birth of coffee all the way to modern technology in terms of roasting, grinding, brewing coffee, covering so many different cultures. So that's the idea. It is the Ethiopian coffee ceremony, which I have the set over there, which I used to see it in Ethiopia. You see it in every corner in Ethiopia. This is the history, how the way it started,
Yeah, and we need to preserve it.
And you need to preserve it. You need to highlight it, to give it to the public as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And also, I have a question for you as an Emirati. I'm curious about Arabic coffee. How it is nowadays? Is it still popular between modern people, with the new generation? Do they still drink this one, Arabic coffee, or is going away? What is the situation? Because I can't see, because I'm new still here, but could you tell me something about it?
In household, in majlises, in many different majlises, or in official wedding ceremony and so on, for gents and ladies as well, for both, the Arabic coffee is a must of them. Okay, so always, because the simple, when you see the Arabian Dalla, it's a simple sign of hospitality.
Yeah.
And even whoever presenting this, that means you are welcome. Okay, despite he doesn't have anything in his pocket, but at least he's serve you with Arabic coffee. And so this Arab hospitality traveled 100 years back. Now you see it in 5-star hotels, in airline lounges, government departments. You see the symbol of the Arabian Dalla in the roundabouts. And the only currency in the world which has the Arabian Dalla is the UAE 1 dirham.
True.
Okay, it's deeply rooted in our tradition and culture.
So it means it will be weird if an Emirati family doesn't have a Dalla.
Yeah, of course. yeah. No, definitely. Let's say. We like in our offices, wherever we work for the government and so on, everybody had to have Arabian Dalla. When we go to meet the manager, normally the manager office and so on, or there is a common employees, they will serve you with Arabic coffee always there.
Wow. So when it goes to the next generation, to your children.
Yes. It's this is something common. It's deeply rooted in our tradition and culture, and we have, of course, a protocol of serving Arabic coffee. How the way the person entering the majlis, who to serve first, and where to start, where to end. So it's,
but speaking of Emirati coffee, it's different from Arabic coffee, or
we don't say Emirati coffee, we say Gahwa. Okay. Gahwa. So, which is the translation of Emirati coffee. So, our roast profile is different. We have a cinnamon roast right after first crack, but the Saudi coffee don't taste coffee because the dominant taste is cardamom and clove.
Okay.
But for Emirati, even brothers, they don't get along with. Okay, because you put small dose of saffron, a small dose of cardamom, small dose of clove maybe.
But no sugar?
Or, no sugar, no.
No sugar.
No,
only
no.
dates besides it.
Yes, only dates outside.
Interesting. Wow, that's fantastic tradition. Yeah, it's wonderful to me how you preserve it and translate it to your generation. But it's fascinating, really.
I really feel proud about this because I'm the first one who presented the Arabic coffee in public in the museum before anybody else did. Okay, so people, I used to sit and explain every detail about it and so on in public. Obviously, it was enlisted in UNESCO Intangible Heritage by Abu Dhabi government, tourism. And then they did the championship, which you've seen it in Abu Dhabi and so on. And now it's more formalized, let's see. And we have future plans for it as well.
Right.
Yes, about this. But we are collaborating even with many people, even with the SCA actually. This is one of the future projects as well. So let's see if it goes well about it. But coming back to the museum, when I opened the doors of the museum and did all the reports from the media came, they say the coffee came back to its birth because it was the coffee was here in this part of the world for 100 years. Then
this is my next question.
Go ahead.
Please tell me personally, tell to everyone who listens to this episode, where is the motherland of coffee?
There is no concrete story. They tell you this coffee was discovered here, okay, or the birth of coffee is here. But there's a common story which we read in all of the books about the story of the Khaldi and the shepherd, in Ethiopia, and the highlands of Ethiopia plus the Yemen as well. The fact, which I know, okay, that yes, the Africans, they used to chew the green coffee back then. But the first people who start roast, grind, and brew coffee was the Yemenis. This is a fact. So it was like an open fire in a cave, and they throw some coffee beans, which gives a nice aroma. Then they notice this aromatic, while they're roasting and cracking, and then they start to grind it and prepare.
So and then African people copied that.
And then the rest of the world copied.
And the rest of the world.
Of course, yes. But that's why the name of Mocha, or Mocha, we call it.
Yes.
Mocha, the port of Mocha was important port of coffee logistics throughout the globe.
Okay, that's what I wanted to prove. Let's say
but no concrete story because
it's hard.
they test they genetically test some varieties of coffee plants, and they found out totally different story from what the Khaldi story. Despite it's same like my name, Khaldi.
Yeah.
Khalid. Okay, so they call me.
But did he exist, or it's a myth still?
No, he existed. His story is
it's
actual,
not a myth.
But it's
because
not. It's a myth. Yes.
Okay.
It's a myth, but I mean the story is there. But is that a real discovery of coffee was there or not? This is the question which we need to ask. Okay. But I'm still digging in the history. Don't worry, I'm gonna find the answer in next year or 10 episodes.
Okay, great. So next question about your future plans. What strategies and initiatives would you propose as a national coordinator for coffee industry to grow, let's say, in the UAE, in the Gulf region? Yes.
Future plans. Innovation has no limits.
Yeah.
The sky's the limits. Okay. So if you have a perfect strategy, to benefit the industry and the community, that makes, a perfect sustainable market and growth for everyone, including yourself. So whatever I do for the community. Okay, and the strategies which I have put in place what is coming, is going to help a lot of community members in the coffee industry, whether it's manufacture, whether it's from origin, and so on and so on. Yes, I pitched the idea for DMCC Coffee Center, but this is tip of the iceberg from many other projects which coming as well. But sooner or later, of course, I'm going to communicate with the key stakeholders of the industry, whatever projects I'm working on. But I can tell you whatever I'm going to do, it's going to be like a community work that's going to help the whole industry. That's as far I can tell you about, and this is from the industry side, because I have like many ideas. I have never been implemented in coffee yet.
Yeah.
In event side, basically there is as well planning to rotate the World of Coffee as well. Okay, it's still under discussion. It's not approved yet. Okay, but yeah, once we finalize the World of Coffee Dubai, you will see new announcement for every year and much more, because I like to work on a long-term strategy, not what I'm going to do next. No, I like to give a heads up for everyone that what I want to plan in the next 5 years ahead. So World of Coffee, of course, will be similar to the iPhone. And so it's every year they put new features in it and new applications. So I'm doing the same thing. Let's put it this way in a trade show. So I don't want to put everything in 1 year and then copy whatever I want to do. Like every year something unique. So till 2027, yes, I already pitched for
fully booked already.
Yes. It's really hard. It's really time consuming. It's not easy. But the board, I'm fully supportive with Mohammed Ghareer, Garfield, Branslav, and all the volunteers like Sarah Khouri, Sarah Al-Mahri, and Najla also now, she was really supportive as well in World of Coffee. All of you, I mean, support. And I always say it's one hand doesn't clap. It's a teamwork spirit, okay, from the community, and that's why we achieve what we continue. We want the market growth, create a business for everyone, and to be more sustainable market and to benefit and flourish our business. And most important, to make sure that all the stakeholders, whether it's government, whether people, officials, and or the public even, we show great things, because in the last event in January in World of Coffee, we had a huge recognition really from local authorities. And they say we didn't expect it going to be like this. So you need to promote it more and so on. We spend a lot on marketing and so on.
Keep moving and don't stop. Yeah.
Yes, keep moving, no, don't stop. But it's a teamwork spirit, I can tell. It's sure. All the community were supportive as well, and not forget Kia also. Sure. She supported us. Yeah. She was my right hand as well in many trade shows. And people from the SCA, like Yanis, Stephen, everyone who were involved as well, and not to mention the DXP Life team, the super professional teams as well, which it's a perfect partner to be with in the region as well.
Yeah. Wow, great. And my last question is, so we spoke about like how fantastic UAE market is. What is missing and how to resolve it? I think you see some challenges and some problems, but how we can resolve it as a coffee industry, what we can advise?
Missing the challenges, especially for SMEs, for startup business, and this thing is globally, it's not only UAE, by the way, is, we don't have a financial institution to support our business. Okay, all the banking system would go follows by central bank policy, and so on. Many businesses, even people from the industry, decision makers, they have this one, and they were struggling. And I addressed that even in the last event, and I told them, by the way, all the business facing. When I used to have my roastery before I sell it, and I have a big order, big client, which required a huge cash because he wants so many machines, he wants so many, all the equipments and all the capital gear. And I was facing the cash flow for the, company, the running costs as well. And normally with these clients, you give them LPO, like they pay you like 3 months or so on. By the time the goods arrive, then you go and install all the machines and so on. When you go to the banking, they don't understand. They're looking for collaterals. Okay, here. You have a running business. You have a tangible customer who, this is a contract already signed. Okay, how you support this? Okay, so trade finance company is very important. I've seen it like 2, 3 in Europe as well. Trade finance companies, which I emphasize to for them to come and also participate, because you have suppliers, you have distributors, and you have end customers, users here. What connects them between them? It's a trade finance company.
Yeah.
Okay, despite you bring, even January for World of Coffee considered right after the harvest. You get all the coffees over there. All the auction happen at that time. Everybody's fighting to get this crop fast. But you need to connect the businesses between them. What's immediate is a cash flow.
Yeah.
And trade finance. This is what was missing. The customer was there, everybody was there, the whole thing. Only the trade finance part was missing. In fact, somebody from the coffee industry had a container. They want to sell it from Africa. I'm not going to mention where to, and they couldn't sell it because of the finance and the, the origin, the farm couldn't afford to send the coffee except to get the cash. And due to government regulation as well. If we have this with perfect collateral, because green coffee is a commodity.
Yeah.
Okay, and it can be, secured and can be monitored and audited as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the challenges. There is many challenges in the coffee industry. We lack coffee technicians globally, but smart enough, the SCA started the Coffee Technician Guild.
Yeah.
Okay, which they are educating the masses now, which are going to be, I presume, in 1-2 years available in every market as well. This we need to consider it because we need coffee technicians and spare parts.
Yeah.
If you consider one of the hotels, I sat with the F&B director once, and he told me the operation, you have to be 24/7 standby for the machine, like Medina Jumeirah. It's really headache, and it's not easy job, by the way. And you if you have a selling the coffee machine, you have a perfect technical support as well for it. Selling is the easy part, but to maintain the machine and running and especially teaching the baristas how to use it, especially in hotels.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So many other challenges as well, but the know-how, the most important, the business owner, he need to understand the business prior of putting his foot inside or investing in the business. Teach him what he got through, get feedback from the expert, because nobody's born and knows everything about coffee.
True.
Yeah, so you need to ask the expert, get familiar to the business, see the risks factor, and then go for it. Don't just jump and hit the business, and then you'll face in 1-2 years you will struggle financially. Some of them, they don't want to lose face, they keep losing, but eventually they close.
It's still happening.
I know, yeah. So as the experts, we are here. Everybody can support in the market. The most important part, which I will be happy to see is collaboration between the companies. Okay. You are distributor, let's say, for Hario. I'm a distributor for, let's say, fellow product. Okay. I have a customer coming asking for Hario, but you are a sole distributor. I need to collaborate with you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Okay, because everybody has its own, distribution channel, sold distribution. Some of them for 4 or 5 countries and so on. You collaborate with the market, okay, and the rest. What?
Yeah.
It's a benefiting all. Not a lot are doing the same.
Yeah.
There's only few companies are doing the same way. They are collaborating with others, and this applies on everything, by the way.
Yeah, it will save a lot.
I know.
Really.
I know.
Even though
even
it's different.
in a different brand of machines, in private label roasting, and packaging, and everything, and coffee, and that's why many years back, whenever we sit in front of any companies, we say. We don't say we are competing against each other. We are partners.
True.
And that's the way the business spread or ethics, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay, between the other businesses.
Yeah. So I think this is the great words to wrap up our episode.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Khalid.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm impressed by your job. So you've
Thank
done
you.
a lot, and you will do even more.
Yeah.
I hope.
I say I'm just warming up. Huh?
Yes, you're warming up. I remember. Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
It
thank
was
you.
nice to have you here in the episode of Coffee Business in the Middle East.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The best way to support our podcast is to subscribe to YouTube channel, Spotify, or Apple Podcast. We appreciate your support, and don't forget to share this episode with your friends, colleagues, and fellow coffee enthusiasts. Thank you for the listening, and we'll catch you in the next one.